victim again? Professional victim? Professional victim again? What? Not the villain playing the victim.
And
Yes, because you were on it. You were on it and you introduced me.
You're doing way too much.
what's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Dubai Season 2 Reunion Part 1. And like I said, the reunion, we love the reunion. It's literally when you put on wartime, right? But I got something for all the ladies. You know, I feel like Ayan, yes, for me, you do play a victim, and you negate and you deflect on situations by using your past traumas. 1, 2, Lisa, you're one of my favorites on the show, down. But the position that you put yourself on the show, if you don't have a friend on this show next year, because you align yourself with Brooks, girl, you're solo for Dolo next season. Girl, solo. I'm trying to, like, girl, even though I like Brooks is not to be trusted. Now, Brooks, you're messy as fuck. And some of the stuff that you set yourself up for makes it look like you're lying, right? Sarah, the self-proclaimed accountability coach, she wants to over here try to hold people accountable. But girl, are you going to talk about the stuff that's going on in your life? What about Saba? What happened to Akeem? Okay. And then Stanberry. I actually starting to like Stanberry, you know? I feel like she seems less problematic than season 1 with the whole Epstein situation, but whatever. And lastly, Tenen. I feel like Tenen said that, I think she said that Lisa was trying to have a moment. And it's funny because I feel like Tenen, that's all you do is trying to have a moment. And I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
So the episode opens up where you see all the ladies come into the reunion. You already know how they do. The set looks great, cool. We're gonna get into the mess right now. So it opens up with, you know, all the ladies introducing themselves, like, how is everybody doing? Everybody looks cute. Oh my God, Lisa, Ayan, what's going on with your relationship? So they're like, you know, it's where it was at beforehand. You know, I'm sad that, you know, we're in this situation, but we're not any better, right? So, and it then segues into, well, you know, Stanberry and Ayan, y'all are the new budding friendship, the new friend goals. Let's look at your package. I'm just like, okay. Whatever. So they're talking about their friendship and how, you know, they were so different. Like, they grew up different, but similar at the same time. They both went away for school. Obviously, Stanberry had a little bit more privilege and money. And they just feel like they found a common ground and commonality amongst themselves. Cool. Andy always like, so Lisa, how do you feel about their friendship? And Lisa's like, you know, when they first was talking, I had no issue with it. Like, I never told her not to hang out with her. It was what it was. I supported her decisions, right? Andy brought up the whole money situation and about how Brooks was claiming that Stanberry was over here, you know, got her money from Michael. And my whole thing is, I feel like everybody missed the part that Michael was talking shit. And I feel like Ayan, if you're friends with Stanberry, like you say you're friends with Stanberry, you did her a disservice while watering down. 3 people, Sarah, Brooks, and Lisa, are telling you, Stanberry, that this man has said this in this way. Regardless of if he was joking or not, why would your friend joke about that? Regardless if you pay your bills and your Sergio don't pay his bills, you're his sugar mama, what? I don't really give a fuck. The moral of the story is that your friend that you're saying that's letting you live in his house is talking shit about you, and he's telling these ladies in the group, right? So my whole thing with Ayan, I'm just like, girl, you're doing her a disservice by watering it down. Like, he never said you pay his bills or he pay your bills. Like, I just felt like that shit was crazy. But then it flipped over to where Stanberry was just like, okay, you know, let's talk about Brooks. You know, Brooks, you over here dating Shrek. Like, what's going on? Talen said the same thing. She was like, girl, you've been dating Shrek this whole time. We saw the whole video. They showed us the video of them in the car. Shrek, I don't know how this man look. I'm just like, I know he's probably looking at the screen like, me? She's like, girl, he was ugly. We didn't have sex. We didn't do nothing. But if you're going to buy me a bag, you're going to buy me a bag. I mean, it is what it is. We already know how these relationships go. And they live in Dubai. Damn near, the streets are painted with gold, girl. So when Andy asked Brooks how does she feel, Talen spoke up, and Talen was like, well, you know, I feel like, you know, Lisa was more jealous of the situation, but I feel like Brooks was like relishing in the demise of you know, Lisa and Ayan's friendship. And Brooks was like, well, you know, yes, I did find comedic relief with it, but when I realized that it actually hurt her emotionally, I, you know, definitely stepped in to try to make sure she was good. So Andy asked Lisa how did she feel, and Lisa was like, I had no issue with them becoming friends. And Ayan was like, are you serious? Really? Questioning the validity of her story or the side of her POV. And Lisa's like, I had no issue with it. She said, you were the one coming to me saying that, you know, you don't know about Stanberry, you just feel iffy about her, this, that, and the third. And when we see the text message, because she had text message proof, and Ayan was like, well, show the proof. She showed the proof. It's exactly what she said. And Ayan was like, well, that's in the beginning. And my whole thing is like, if it's in the beginning or not, you just said it wasn't true, but it come to find out it was true. So you got caught in another lie, Ayan. So that's the thing with Ayan. I'm just like, girl, at the end of the day, you're making me believe everything that Lisa is saying. Because you just caught in you just said it was not true. She showed you the proof, and now you're saying, oh, well, that was in the beginning. Lisa never said, it never gave you a timeline of a beginning, middle, or end. Girl, she just said, this is what happened. This is what you said. So then they read the text messages, and Ayan was like, for you to want to try to throw that on me and try to put this in my face and throw me under the bus. And I'm just like, girl, ain't this some crazy shit? Because girl, y'all are not cool, y'all are not friends. So what the fuck do you expect me to do? Like, girl, this is the reunion. I'm coming to the reunion with my war shit on, because I know you bitches are gonna try to drag me. So what you think I'm gonna come up here and just be like,
oh, well, you know, Ayan never said that.
No, girl, it's not that. We're coming here to talk this shit out. So let's talk it out. As harsh as we gotta be, I'd rather be harsh and then not say what I have to say and then hold on to resentment. I'd rather just go ahead and say what I gotta say. So with Ayan, want to be over here just like, I can't believe you said that. And then Lisa's telling her like, girl, you want to play victim.
Yeah. Victim again? Professional victim? Lisa? She's not a victim. Professional victim again? Chanel, don't Lisa, that is...
And then that word triggers her. She's just like,
For you to say that I play victim, that's the worst thing you could say.
She's like, girl, you're a professional victim. You're the villain that turned into the victim. Like, girl, how you gonna try to be the victim? Lisa gave not one fuck about what she was saying. I'm just like, girl. So that turns into the whole FMP situation and how the circumcised. And Andy was like, how do you feel about that? And she's just like, well, you know, I don't regret bringing it up, but I got bullied for it. And I got, you know, all these things that people attacked me online about bringing this up. So, you know, the whole victim thing, I don't like that. And like I said before, Ayan, that wasn't the point of what she was saying. Lisa was saying, I'm not saying you're a victim in your whole journey, in your story. What I'm saying is the situation, the isolated situations that have been happening between you and you play the motherfucking victim. Like I said in my other video, I'm not about to play the theater with you. You could do the tears, you could do all of that, but you're playing the victim instead of saying, you know what, you had a part to play, I had a part to play, but you want to always throw stuff off on Lisa like everything is like, well, yo, it's just Lisa's fault.
That's the worst word you can use to me. Playing the victim. You're calling me a victim and you know that's the worst word you can use on me.
No, you're playing the fucking victim. The girls, i.e. Chanel, Ayan, and Lisa, start arguing about Ozempic and who introduced who to Ozempic. My whole thing is I could really care less of who introduced who, because I just feel like personally for me, we're taking away supplies for people that actually have diabetes, on dialysis, that actually need these medicine to help regulate, kidney functions. So hearing these ladies over here talking about Ozempic and just screaming and hollering and yelling about this, that, and the third, I just feel like it's just very vapid and just very childish. And I'm happy that Andy cut the argument short and let it go. But Lisa did go online and try to gag Ayan like, oh, here's the receipts. So, I mean, I guess Ayan did introduce her to it. And don't get me wrong, like, people have triggers from childhood traumas. We all have them, right? And we're not saying that you can't be triggered by that, but like, you're not listening to Lisa, what she's saying. She's saying these situations that we've been through, I feel like you use your childhood traumas or you use your triggers against me to make me seem like I'm an asshole. And don't get me wrong, shouldn't Lisa have brought that up after you knew that Sarah brought it up episode 1 and you knew that her Ayan, you shouldn't have brought it up, but you did. Ayan Beauty and, you know, her launching her business and the face, her son is the face of her business. Shout out to Ayan. I think it's a great thing that she has created. And, you know, her son is modeling for Burberry, Fendi. He's with ING models. Like, shout out to her son. He's really doing the thing. His face is stunning. So we get on Brooks, and Brooks over here being shady, and Brooks is in her confessional like, well, you know, I want to give a shout out to the designer, I think it's Tony. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Tony for everything that Tony has done for Tony's thing, da da da. But then Brooks is saying, well, I wasn't trying to be shady, I was just trying to shout out the designer. I'm like, Brooks, I like you, girl, but you were trying to be shady as fuck. Don't sit up here and try to say, oh, well, I was just trying to be, you know, cute. I wasn't trying to be shady. Yes, you were. You were trying to shade that bitch down because you were trying to give credit to the designer while discrediting Ayan. Yes, you could love Tony and everything she has done, cool, but girl, you was trying to discredit Ayan, period, full stop. So we get on the whole age situation and about how, like, how old is Ayan, how old is Stanberry. Stanberry got her face over here yanked back. Ayan, she's between 45 to 50, girl. She feels she's at her bones. She feel like she was 67. Cool. Stanberry's 48, so we really don't know how old everybody is at this point still. So Brooks is getting upset with Tenen because as Brooks is trying to explain herself with the whole Ayan thing, Tenen is steady inserting herself, and Tenen got her foot wrapped around Brooks. Tenen really got a bone to pick with Brooks, and I feel like this whole reunion, Tenen seemed like she wanted to make her mark and make her mark off of Brooks. And like I said before, Tenen's the type of person where she gives her opinion when one, it wasn't asked nor it wasn't needed. She should have did what Sarah did.
I feel like maybe not what Sarah did, because Sarah was a little bit too quiet.
You clearly wanted to be on the show. It's not a crime to want to be on the show.
For Tenen, the thing about it is you have a lot of girls that come to the reunion to try to get that second season, right? And my whole thing is like, Tenen, you said something about Lisa at the end, like, oh girl, you want a moment. And my whole thing is like, Lisa might have done a lot, but Tenen, you haven't done enough. So that's just the crazy thing for me. I'm just like, you want to talk about, oh, you're looking for a moment. Lisa done a lot this season, but Tenen, you didn't do enough.
Okay. I do too much because you do too little.
Don't get me wrong, I do feel like Tenen is a great addition to the show. I'm not gonna be a hater, but girl, come on now. Andy's basically trying to bridge the gap, and he was like, well, you know, Brooks, do you feel like Tenen was, you know, disloyal, or she switched up on you? That's why she's cool with Stanberry so far, right?
I stood on her and said you were done. Did you expect her to just blindly follow you? That's
No.
a big question.
Not blindly follow me, but some basis of some loyalty.
And they go on the whole segment about, you know, Tenen coming into the group and then, you know, throwing Brooks on the bus and then the whole pussy thing. So my opinion on this is the fact that Brooks took the whole vagina thing too far. Girl, if she was over it, why are you still on it? Yes, you were friends with her. Yes, you came in cool with her. Yes, you trying to hold her, have her side and be her like shield and shit. Cool, that's fine. I do feel like Brooks ran with it. However, like I said in my videos before, Tenen, you switched them on Brooks fast. The way that you switched on Brooks was crazy. Like, you brought these private conversations that you had on camera with her, cool, one-on-one, but then you want to bring those one-on-one conversations to a group setting. Why do you keep doing that? This is the third time that I've seen you do this on the show. You've done it twice with Brooks, and then you did it once with Lisa. Instead of you having a one-on-one conversation and deaden it and let it be done, you then, and this I feel like is strategic, because you have a double moment. You have a one-on-one scene, that's a moment, and then you go back in a group setting and then give more of an opinion, and it's amped up every time. And that's why I feel like Tenen is very calculated, and I feel like it's smart the way she did it, but very calculated. And like Brooke said, like, girl, you switched the fuck up, and she did. So Andy basically talks about, you know, y'all talk about pussy, vagina holes, and all this in Dubai is just kind of crazy because you know how strict and, you know, conservative Dubai is. And he talks to Sarah like, how do you feel? And Sarah was just like, well, you know, I definitely do not like that. I feel like it was a lot. And even Lisa chimed in, she was like, it definitely was a lot. I feel like it was very crude and just shouldn't have been talked about. And look, we already know in Dubai they have a drink limit. Andy brought this up, which was random as fuck. He was like, Brooks, do you feel like you're drinking too much and it changed your personality? You feel like that's something you could take accountability of? I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? but we see segments about, you know, all the girls bringing up Brooks' drinking, right? Brooks even says, like, you know, I do feel like my drinking can, you know, amp my situation sometime. And she was like, you know, one drink, I'm good. After that, I feel like it gets a little bit more darker place. And the producers brought it up too, so I'm just like, okay, maybe that's why they want to bring this up, to bring it to her attention, like, girl, calm down. And like, we all seen that, especially in the beginning of the season, Brooks was on one. And she took everything that people said to heart very much. And it was, especially with the whole Ralphie situation, I felt like when it was Brooks versus Tenen and Ralphie, like I said, I feel like Brooks should have never went after they had the argument at the table and Tenen called her a drunk or alcoholic. When Brooke then went over after they excused themselves, she should have never continued the conversation. You approached them and you said you need to get your wife or something, like your wife needs to stop her drinking, whatever. And I feel like Brooks is the type of person where she's an eye for eye type of bitch.
I am too.
Where it's like, okay, you said what you gotta say, girl, I'm not about to wait, I'm gonna get you, right? You get me, I'm
got you.
right? So that's when she went over to him and just like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And he just like, he turned around and said, oh yeah, no, don't throw my wife under the bus. And she was like, are you trying me? And that's when the whole situation happened. And I'm just like, we already know with Brooks do a lot. So they get on the whole money situation, and like Brooks was telling everybody that Andy brought up the whole money situation and about how Brooks was claiming that but at the end of the first part of the reunion, the girls are coming to a head where it's like Tenen and Lisa are really going at it. And it's kind of crazy because I feel like I said, I feel like Tenen wants to have that moment, and she's saying, Lisa, like, you're trying to have a moment on me and da 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 da. But I'm just like, to be honest, Lisa really don't need to have a moment because she's gonna have her moment literally with Ayan. Like, this is literally what the end of the season is about. And my whole thing with Tenen is the fact that I feel like sometimes she can come off as too desperate, if that makes sense. But the first part of the reunion was really cute. I'm definitely ready for the second part to see what's going to happen with all the ladies. But y'all let me know what you guys think. Who do y'all think was your favorite? Who do you think came out on top on this first part? I'll have to say this first part, I would give it to Brooks and Tenen. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop at y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This African all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye-bye.